I know a lot of you are returnees, have been on your respective boards for some time, and a lot of you are also brand new to this whole process, so we appreciate your willingness to apply and be selected and now be a part of your respective town board and CAC. So what I'm going to do next is, or up next actually I should say, is Blanca Vasquez. She's one of our liaisons. She's going to talk to you a little bit about the resource manual that we have online, how to look at some of the maps. There's a wealth of information out there, so I'm going to hand it over to Blanca to give you that information.
Okay. Hello, how's everybody doing so far? I promise I'm going to be very quick. I know we've had several presenters already. We're going to have a couple more presenters after I sit down, and they're all going to be referencing a lot of tools that you all can use to help your job, to help you just get through your responsibilities as a town board member. A lot of our tools are all available online, and so that's what I'm going to go through today. It's our town board resource manual. I'm going to go a little bit through Open Web, which is another tool that you guys can use to do a little bit of research, especially on the zoning items that come before you. I'm also going to talk a little bit about document research. That's something that's new probably to a lot of you that you didn't know that you had some access to. And then I think we're going to go, just Title 30. Nancy's speaking after me. She's going to be referencing a lot of the zoning codes, and that's all within Title 30. I'm just going to show you how to find these places on our website. This is Clark County's website. It's clarkcountynv.gov. A lot of this, I know a lot of you have different internet browsers at home. I'm going to suggest you use Internet Explorer. And this we just found out in the last couple of days. A lot of the information that's here is just, it's better viewable if you look at Internet Explorer. And I'm going to sit down because I'm going to be doing some typing, and so I think you can still see me. I'm pretty tall even sitting down. Okay, so first we want to get to departments. This is going to, as soon as you type in clarkcountynv.gov, this is your web page. You can go to departments. Town boards are all within administrative services. And then you are going to go to our division, which is a drop-down menu, Town and Liaison Services. Okay, so first thing I wanted to show you, this is all kind of changed in the last few months. We've been updating it. These are the 3 links that we're going to go over today. Urban towns, for you that are in Enterprise, Lone Mountain, Lower Cal Canyon, Paradise, Spring Valley, Sunrise Manor, Whitney, and Winchester. Here are your web pages. Now I'm going to go to Paradise. I'm a liaison for both Paradise and Whitney. It's a little different. We've just changed it, like I said, in the last few weeks. But we think it's more user-friendly now. You've got all your agendas here, you've got your minutes here, and then you've got your audio. So if you wanted to go back and look at anything that we have had in front of you, this is the web page you would go to. So, and the same thing, of course, for rurals. Rurals are here. And it's got the same information as well. Now, if you notice anything that's missing, either agenda, minutes, or audio, let your liaison know. And as liaisons, we're responsible to make sure that our web liaison at the county is updating this as fast as she can. Okay, now we're down to our town board resource manual. We just updated this yesterday, so I'm going to apologize right now if you see any links that are broken. We promise we'll have everything fixed by Monday. But here in the next week or so, for those of you who maybe didn't catch everything that was said today, we've got Mike over there that's filming everything today. There's going to be some additional links up here on top, which will have all of the video footage and audio, obviously, from today's orientation. We'll have it as clear as possible, so we're going to probably break it down just as your agenda shows. So we'll have different video clips for each section of the agenda. Any presentations that were given to you today will also be part of, as a different link, as part of those video links as well. So this is kind of this, if you've been a town board CAC member, this is all very standard. This is all information that is available to you. They're just PDF documents. You can scroll through them at your own delight and kind of learn a little bit more about the overview of Clark County. Planning procedures. I know that, especially in the urban areas, 95% of what urban town boards do is zoning. So we've got planning procedures here that are available to you. Nancy's going to go over a lot of this section, and if you have questions, a lot of your questions are going to be answered just by kind of going through your planning procedures. County departments and services. Obviously, town boards are part of Clark County. And if you wanted to learn a little bit more about departments that may be coming in front of you as a town board member, these are kind of the departments that will be doing that. Administrative services, building, community resources. Community resources, some of you know, that are appointed to your CDBG committees, that there's more information here about community resources. Let's see. Parks and Recreation, Fire Department, Public Works. They're all here for you to take a look at, and they're all linked directly to that department's main webpage. References and resources are also here for you. Appeals, there's forms that are available if you get inquiries of folks that are upset about maybe appealing and they want to appeal a zoning item. There are forms here available for them to fill out. There's maps are also here too. This is something for especially new members that are just not, they're not familiar with exactly how their town boards or the commission districts are laid out. We have different maps here available to you to kind of just check out and see. It's pretty easy to navigate. Okay, and again, these are all just different maps. Helpful links. This is something we just added in the last week. These are the tools that I was talking about. Open Web InfoMapper. For those of you that are interested in doing a little bit of research, say on a particular parcel, you can do that. And this is actually one of those broken links I was telling you about. We'll get it so that it actually goes to Gizmo instead. But you can search here by just going to search, and you can either enter a parcel number, owner name, address, or even cross streets. And it will get you to all of the different, well, of course, this is just all the different parcels in the area. You have kind of an idea of where you wanted to look. Say this individual had a particular item, you would have available, you would have information, know what their zoning classification was, their legal description, ownership history, who their elected officials are, and then other link information here. So again, this is available to anybody. The reason why I tell you it's a broken link is right now it's linked to the edition we have on Chrome, and we don't want that. The edition that's available on Internet Explorer, it gives you the search ability to look at parcels. So let's go back here. Title 30, for those of you that are interested in looking at the laws with regards to the zoning items in front of you, this is Title 30. So you'll see as you look at the agenda write-ups, that will reference back to Title 30 here. If you are just interested in learning a little bit more about it, this is where you find all of the laws at. This is the link that is probably the most popular for me. It has all of the uses that exist with regards to zoning within Clark County. So there's a table in here. So often the agenda write-ups will include exactly what kind of zoning it is or what kind of use it is. And then if you're interested in finding out what that definition is, this is where you would find all of the information. So that is quite a long document, it's 126 pages. But you can do additional research by going to this portion of Title 30. Again, Nancy will be covering this in her presentation later today. And then the last link here is Development Services Document Retrieval. This is actually new to me. We've got a different system that we use as employees of Clark County, but this is something that's available to the public. If you're interested in looking at all of these zoning documents, every single zoning document that has gone through, let's see, the county on any item that goes before you, you can find that information here. So if you wanted to research it by application number, you would just enter in the year of the application and then the application number.
Did you say the year, Miss?
Yes. So if it's UC 42415, you put in 15 first, and then the application number. And this is every single document that went through the zoning department with regards to that application. So if you can, justification letter, it's all here.
Can you go back and show us how to get there?
Okay. I know, it's a great tool to have. So you're in the Town Board Resource Manual. So this is the Town Board Resource Manual. If you scroll down to here, helpful links, Development Services Document Retrieval. And then again, you want to switch from building to land use, and then enter your application number here. Say it's something that you don't have an application number for, you can choose to enter it by parcel number. And this one here is 177-2020. And since we entered it under a parcel number, you'll get every single document from every single application that was ever filed on this parcel number.
How many years does the database go back?
I don't know. Nancy? Is Nancy here? I want to say it's like 1994?
1999, but
Okay.
you can go back further. But it's a matter, sorry, you can go back further, but it's a matter of knowing how to type it in. The other thing, and I don't know that you have a link for it, and this is kind of important to town board members, we do have a link, and I'd like it to be on this page if it's not, for pre-meeting documents. And by pre-meeting documents, I mean those documents that are right now in for consideration. The ones that you're showing are the ones that were already approved, but sometimes the town board wants to look at the documents that were submitted, the application, the justification letter, any names. The only thing you're not going to be able to find are the plans, because we have an issue with copyright and we can't put them on the website. But I don't know if you have the pre-meeting document link.
No, and that's definitely a link that we can add, and we can add it just right under here, under helpful.
Because that would be very helpful to all the town board members, because sometimes you read the write-up, but you're trying to see you see a portion of the justification, but you'd really like to know what the entire justification is, who applied, who's the consultant, those sort of things, and that you're not going to glean from the agenda sheet.
Okay, so that, again, that's the development services. And just remember, when you get to this page, if you want to just do a little bit of just playing around in there, just make sure you switch this to land use. And then you can enter all the information here. Now, extension of times, tentative and final maps, parcel maps, they're all entered in a little differently. So instead of entering the application number, you have to enter the series first. So extension of times have a series of 400, and then the 3-digit application number, which would be, in this case, we'll just do 099. And then that's how you get the application for a extension of time. Same thing for tentative maps, parcel maps, and then administrative applications. So that is that. If you go a little bit further down, Steve Swikert was talking about open meeting law and ethics. All of those very larger documents are all available here.
I was also going to ask on the development services, what else was there? I thought I saw flood drainage and stuff like that, because sometimes that also comes before us. If you click on where it says building department, so those would be permits?
Yes. So if you've got an application number on the building permit,
No, if you go up, click on that menu, Building Department Documents, that drop down. See, that's what I wanted to see. Traffic studies, which we do see sometimes, drainage, off-site improvements,
yeah,
encroachments.
this is all available to you at home. So you're more than happy to go through any of these type of permits and look to see what kind of documents were filed along with those applications.
Great, thank you.
So I was just going over land use because, again, 95% of what you guys take a look at are land use applications. Okay, so back to the town board resource manual. Again, Steve Spikert was going over your ethics and your open meeting law. All of those documents that you just swore this morning to abide by are here. And then the last is for those that are either going to be chairs or vice chairs, these are good documents to have to rules to keep order and then setting ground rules. They're just single PDF documents, but it kind of gives you a good understanding of how to control your meeting. This document here, I've given it to every chair that I've worked with, and it really helps them control the meeting, how to open up the public hearing, how to close the public hearing. That information's here, and the chairs that I've worked with, they kind of keep it with them, especially when they're first starting out, just to make sure that they're following protocol the way they're supposed to. Now, again, that's just all available here on your town board resource manual. So if you're elected as chair and vice chair, it's just a document you can have and bring with you to your meetings. Okay, the last thing I wanted to go over, I know we mentioned it a few times earlier today, and it was the notice of final actions. So if you're interested in following up on a zoning item that went before you as a town board, you go to the home page of our Clark County website, and then if you go to meeting agendas, you scroll down. This is the Clark County Planning Commission. A lot of your items go straight to planning commissions, and they're done. The agendas are here, the notice of final action, which shows exactly what happened on an item that went to your town board. So this one was DR 76516. It was in Paradise, and it was approved by the Planning Commission and with these conditions. So if you're really interested on what happened to an item, you can call your liaison, or you can look here and see for yourself what exactly the final outcome was. If you're also interested in just watching from home to see what happens at the Planning Commission or at the Board of County Commissioners meeting, oh, looks like I'm stuck a little bit. There we go. You can go to the Planning Commission. Again, these are the Planning Commission, notice of final actions are here. The Zoning Commission is right underneath. Notice of final actions are here. And like I said, if you are interested in watching at home, if it's after the fact, the video will be posted here. If it's during, so you're there on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. and you want to watch it live, it will be up here on actually upcoming events, and it will be live. It will be streamed live here. And that's it. So if anybody had any other questions about the resource manual or about anything that they wanted to find online, now's the time to ask. How do you get a list of the?
No, can you access it by address and not have the parcel numbers in case you don't?
Oh, absolutely. Everything can be, as long as it has an address. There are a lot of times where there's not even a site address available yet. So as long as there is an address there, you can access it by street address or site address. Any other questions?
After the development services document retrieval, how long does it take to get those documents uploaded? Because I've actually applied for special use permits before, so knowing that it takes like 30 days to get to the first town meeting, so do we have, as board members or council members, do we have enough time to access those before we actually have the meeting to take a look at all the documents
Well, and that's what
beforehand?
Nancy was talking about earlier. There is another link, and she's asked to go ahead and have us add it. We'll add it to our town board resource manual, where you can have access to documents that are available, that have been submitted to the county, and it's during that window of it being reviewed by the town board, by the planning commission, and the BCC, and those are uploaded. Nancy, do you know how long it takes for an applicant to submit a document and then it be uploaded to the site? There she is. Oh, you know what?